a dream that becomes a reality. It's believing through all the stops along the way to the journey home. When it's in your DNA, it's always time to play ball.
What's up, Show Nation? This is Chris Singleton, and welcome to the show.
Hello and welcome. Thanks for joining us. Interleague Baseball on MLB The Show. It's the New York Yankees taking on the Los Angeles Dodgers. First pitch coming your way next. Just about ready to roll here. And on the mound in this one, Shohei Ohtani.
It's always interesting to see how he utilizes all of his pitches and how many of those he has a good feel for on that given day. When he's right, he's really able to keep hitters guessing, and all of his stuff seems to be coming out of the same arm slot, the same tunnel, and that can make life very difficult on his opponents.
The pitch. Gleyber Torres leading things off and takes a strike. Comes up empty. That's strike two.
Out there on the mound, he's setting the tone early with the fastball. 98 miles per hour up on the scoreboard.
And a pitch. Swing and a miss, and he struck him out. And there's one away. Juan Soto now. First pitch doesn't find the zone.
You have to be creative pitching against bad ball hitters. You got to add some velocity, subtract at times. Just avoiding the heart of the plate isn't always going to be enough. Guys like this can hurt you with pitches you wouldn't expect him to swing at.
Left-hand hitter waits. Fought off foul. So now 1-2.
From a pitcher's perspective, that's a beautiful splitter right there. As a hitter, you don't like it, but he's commanded his fastball, and out of that same tunnel, that splitter comes, and the bottom just falls out of it.
At the belt and fires.
Ball 2.
That one misses. Full count now. 1 out, bases empty. And he grounds one back up the middle. Guides, and he can't hang on. He decides to hold on to it, and he reaches safely.
The center fielder, number 99.
1 down. Here's a big power threat. Aaron Judge. That misses. Ball 1. Ohtani, a former All-Star. He throws a slurve, a four-seamer, a cutter, a splitter, and he works in a sinker. The 1-0. Check swing. He went too far, and it's a strike.
I got a ball, 1 strike.
Soto leads off first with 1 away. Swing and a miss. Chased it out of the zone.
Well, that's that slurve right there. He threw it extremely well. Talk about just a ton of breaks. So tough to get that barrel to.
Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. And here it comes. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. And the pitch. Not even close there. And it's 2-2. Man at first, 1 away. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Anthony Rizzo steps to the plate.
Anthony Rizzo.
And the first pitch misses for ball 1. Two gone, but the go-ahead run is at first. And we're just getting started here in the top of the first. And a foul ball. Foul back our way, and that's out of play. Right-hander kick steals. Cut on and miss. Struck him out. And that is that. 1 left for the Yankees. And now the Dodgers get a crack at it. No score. Major League Baseball is on the show. Back here with my pal Singy. And today's starting pitcher, Garrett Cole.
Try to stay back for that power changeup. Speed differential between the fastball and the changeup is huge. Hitters, they have a hard time staying back.
Tommy Edman at the plate. He has consistently been one of the best in the sport against lefties, and yet the righties give him trouble. You know, you don't want to be labeled as that guy, but the numbers say what they say. Foul ball there.
Well, he's a good player, but if he wants to be great, he's going to have to figure it out against right-handed pitchers. There's so many right-handers in the game that you're going to see them one after another. So you would imagine with that many looks, Boog, that the adjustment's got to be coming soon.
The 1-1 is fouled off. The wide, the kick, and the 1-2. Battling here as he fouls it away. And a ball and 2 strikes.
Ball 2.
Well, this is a guy that can be frustrating for pitchers because he fouls off so many pitches and grinds out the at-bat. I'm sure there's some times where a pitcher would rather just give up a first pitch single than have to waste 6 or 7 pitches on one hitter. Well, just a beautiful fastball on the inside corner for that backwards K right there. I think the hitter saw it all the way coming from that opposite arm angle. So I got to think he was looking away and just got locked up by the hard stuff boring in on his hands.
And first offering is fouled off. The wide to kick the pitch.
Nope. That's inside.
Swing and a pop-up. Foul out of play off to the right side. That'll find the stands. That one at 95 missed up top. 2-2.
2 strikes.
Gets a piece and stays alive.
Look out. That ball was smoked. Man, I am so relieved that they have this netting down the lines. Just ensures safety for the fans. Last thing as a player, you want to look up and see a fan get hit.
And another ball. And they'll do it again. One down, base is empty. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Turns and fires to Betts. Fouled off again, and it remains 3-2. The pitch. And that one is lifted in the air. Soto going after it. Makes the grab for the second out. Time now for Dave Roberts' lineup for the Los Angeles Dodgers. They're dealing with a top-level arm on the mound, so this figures to be a tough matchup for them. What's the key to the offense today, Singy?
Well, Boog, I think when you got a guy that's this talented on the mound, you got to find ways to disrupt his rhythm, make him uncomfortable a little bit. The guys that can handle the bat and perhaps, bunt for a base hit, get him moving off the mound. If you're in the box and he seems...
Well, he's under it to make the catch in center, and we'll take a break. Scoreless after 1. All set for the start of the inning. Giancarlo Stanton at the plate.
Giancarlo.
All right, Singy, you know I'm a dork. Shohei Ohtani, go back to May 5th, 2022 at Fenway Park. He tossed a complete game through 99 pitches. Get this, 81 strikes. It was the most strikes thrown with less than 100 pitches in a game since they started tracking pitch counts.
That's just unreal.
And the 1-0. Right through there for a strike.
Back-to-back fastballs in. That last one called for a strike. Probably go away, but look for him to come back in there to try to finish you off.
And that's outside. Looks like he's picked up right where he left off.
Well, he's really dialed in, and this offense is going to have to do something to try to break that rhythm. Maybe it's square around the bunt, step out of the box, agitate him a little bit, do something that just changes what's happening right now, because at this pace it's going to be a long game, so you got to figure it out quickly.
Next offering is in for a strike. And Chris behind the plate today, James Kingsley, known for being a little generous on the edges. And there's a ball.
2-1.
That one fouled off. 2-2. The pitch. Ripped to third and caught.
Well, baseball can be cruel, can it? I mean, sometimes it gives and sometimes it takes away. He did everything right on that swing, but he's got nothing to show for it.
Two outs, base is empty. And next for New York, Anthony Volpe. Right through there for a strike. Volpe, a former Gold Glove winner, 22 years old. A former first-round pick back in 2019. 2 outs. Next offering is outside. No score here in the second. The 1-1 is fouled off. Two down, nobody on. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout. Down in order go the Yankees. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. Back here at Chavez Ravine, we head to the bottom of the second, and here's the veteran outfielder, Teoscar Hernandez. Cole back to work. In the air, right field. Soto gets under it, and there's one down.
Batting fifth, the third baseman, Matt.
Here's Muncy to hit. He's not going to get cheated up there.
No, he's not. He's looking to do damage with every swing he takes.
There's a strike. Garrett Richards, a guy who was originally a first-round pick of the Angels out of the University of Oklahoma. One down, base is empty. Ball one there. One thing with Max Muncy, and it'll be interesting to see what he throws here. He hammers the fastball. This one popped up. Foul ground, first base side. Rizzo drifts towards it. He makes the grab. And there's 2 away.
That was a good pitch to hit right down the heart of the plate. Had pretty good timing on it. Just got underneath it a little bit and popped it up.
The batter now will be Will Smith. First round pick out of Louisville in 2016. Warning track. Ball. And you can touch them all, baseball man. And the Dodgers have the lead. It's 1-0.
Boog, his plan was to hit the ball hard, and he was going to figure out the rest later. You can't argue with those results. That one was a hanger, and pitchers typically don't get away with making a mistake like that. And right there, he made him pay.
So 2 down. Now it's the rookie DH, Andy Pajes. Line drive, base hit, right field. And that extends the inning.
Oh, that'll make you feel good as a hitter right there. Against good pitchers, you've got to take advantage of the mistakes. That was right in his wheelhouse, and he didn't miss a stitch.
Here's Kike Hernandez. First pitch misses. Righty delivers. Strike one to Kike Hernandez. 1 run across in the frame so far. Bottom half of inning number 2. And now it's 1-2. stays alive. And the right-hander deals. This one popped up. Foul ground, first base side. Hauls it in to end the inning. So the Dodgers strike first on the solo jack. It's now a 1-0 ball game. It's Major League Baseball on the show. Top half of the third inning, and stepping in for the Yankees, Austin Wells.
Austin Wells.
Ohtani back to work. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter.
That's a real nice cutter right there. I mean, this guy can struggle with the inside pitch at times, so I'd say that's pretty effective if you can continue to command it on that side of the plate.
1-1 now. And another ball. Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did. Left-hand batter waits. And a foul ball. He stays alive. The 2-2. Almost got him.
Well, you've got to establish the inside part of the plate early, and that sends a message not just to this hitter, but to the rest of the lineup as well.
Swings and misses, struck him out.
He had him out in front, which isn't easy to do against a hitter like this, known for using the entire field. Just couldn't sit back long enough on that one.
Here's Alex Verdugo. First pitch, and he just misses. Kicks and fires. That one fouled off. One down, base is empty. Swing and a miss. Now 1-2.
That split is a pretty nasty pitch. Explodes out of the hand. Looks like a fastball, and the bottom just falls out of it.
Righty to the plate. Got him swinging.
Quite the start to this game on the mound. Looking very dangerous to these hitters. 7 punch-outs already, so this lineup hasn't had much success trying to figure him out. I'm impressed with what we're seeing here.
Back to the top of the lineup. Here's the second baseman, Gleyber Torres. Edge of the zone for a strike. It's 0-1.
0-1's the count.
Right through there for a strike.
He's gotten into a really good rhythm. Sat down 7 in a row. He just wants to get the baseball and deliver it as quickly as possible. Keep the momentum going.
Ball 1.
That one misses. Ball 1.
1 ball, 2 strikes the count.
Here comes a pitch. And he chases that one. And good work there as he gets a 1-2-3.
Impeccable command in that one. 3 batters, 3 strikeouts. That's electric stuff out there on the mound.
Back here in
Leading off
L.A.,
for the
and now it's
Dodgers,
Gavin Lux.
the second baseman, Gavin Lux.
The wind of the pitch. Off
Ball
the mark
that time.
there. 1-0. Swing and a miss, and that's strike two.
That he really sells the changeup with that arm action.
To the right side, Torres tosses to first. One gone, bottom of the third inning.
Now batting, shortstop, Tommy Edman.
So the lineup flips over. Now it's the Dodger leadoff hitter, Tommy Edman. He was a strikeout victim his first time. That one finds the zone. That's strike one. And that gets the top of the zone for a strike.
Love how vocal the umpire is today. No doubt in the hitter's mind, catcher's mind, and even the pitcher's mind as to the conviction in the
One
call.
ball,
The
two strikes.
shortstop takes the ball. Swing and a miss. The high heat, too much on that one.
With that kind of velocity, an elevated fastball, even
Now
if
batting,
it's still
right
in the
fielder,
strike zone, can be
Mookie.
tough for hitters to get on top of.
Betts.
Marcus Lynn Betts, better known as Mookie, he had the opportunity to play in the Seoul Series when the Dodgers kicked off their 2024 season in Korea.
Yeah, and such a cool experience for both teams. Plus, there was a card giveaway for the first player to hit a home run in the series. The winner, Mookie Betts.
The wind of the pitch.
That's
Close
a ball.
one, doesn't get the call. And 1-1. And there's a foul ball.
Really great change of speeds. He goes off the off speed to the fastball, and the hitter doesn't know what's coming next.
Foul ball, still a 1-2 count. Two outs. Fouls it off, still 1-2. And a pitch. And
Outside,
another
that's a
ball.
ball.
Hard hit left side. Jazz
Got
tosses
him.
to first, and the Dodgers are set down in order. Nothing doing for the Dodgers here. They lead it 1-0. And we're back. John Sciambi with Chris Singleton, and set to lead off the fourth, Juan Soto. And a pitch. That clips the corner.
I thought this was a fun note on Soto. In 2023, he hit home runs in Mexico, Canada, and the U.S. I don't think it matters where Soto plays. He's going to hit home runs everywhere he goes.
Swing and a drive, deep right field. That one's carrying. And that ball is out of here. A solo shot. It's 1-1.
You almost feel bad for the baseball when Juan Soto hits it. His swing is so powerful. Cutter inside can be a backbreaker. You have to catch it out front to get the barrel to it. Does a really good job recognizing it early, getting the bat head to it, and hitting it out of the ballpark.
So it's all tied up thanks to the home run. And up next for New York, Aaron Judge. Judge rips that one. Hernandez has it sized up. Calls it in, and there's one away.
Now batting, the first
And
baseman,
here is Anthony Rizzo. Struck out swinging his first time. This is a guy who's in the lineup first and foremost because of what he contributes defensively, Chris. And when you talk about preventing runs from being scored, this guy is a big contributor. And ball one.
I was always told it's hard to take you off the field when you play really good defense, especially at a premier position. And that's what he does.
That to right. He's got it, and there's two away.
Up next for the Yankees, the designated hitter, Giancarlo.
And now it's Giancarlo Stanton. Went down on strikes his first time through. In there for a strike at the bottom of the zone.
Man, this guy's got a great feel for his breaking ball today.
This to third, Muncy. To first, and that'll do it. Another look at the long ball for the Yankees. All even at one apiece. You're dialed into the show. And welcome back to the ballpark. And here is Freddie Freeman.
Freddie Freeman.
As he turns on the rubber, and with that good live arm delivers. In the air, right field. Soto gets under it. And there's one down.
The batter, the left fielder, Teoscar.
Here's Teoscar Hernandez. Fly to right his first time. And a foul ball. All tied up. We're here in the bottom of the fourth. Next pitch misses way outside. That's towards center. Soto going after it. He's got it. And there's two down.
No, those can be pretty fun as an outfielder. Got to put it into his highest gear and go a long way to track that one down. Nothing better than that. You feel like a wide receiver playing football.
Muncy stands in with two away as he takes a ball. And they're at the knees. And that's strike one. 2 outs, base is empty. The pitch. And a good eye there.
It's a good take.
Pulls the string with the changeup, struck him out. 3 up, 3 down for him there. On to the top of the fifth we go. All tied 1-1. Back here at Dodger Stadium. Ready now for the fifth inning. Jazz Chisholm Jr. now.
You know, Boo, Jazz joined the ranks of Shohei Ohtani, Fernando Tatis Jr., and other young stars in baseball when he was named the cover athlete of MLB The Show in 2023. He says he always wanted to be on the cover of a video game, but never expected it to happen so quickly.
Swinging a foul over the screen and back out of play. And the righty deals. Swings and misses. It's a strikeout. Gassed it right by him.
Quick 3-pitch strikeout, and you look at the sequence. The plan was clearly to work him inside. Didn't want to let him get his arms extended, make him a little bit uncomfortable in there, and he ended up overmatching him in the process. That's one you have to take note of as a hitter for next time you come to the plate.
So digging in, Anthony Volpe. His first at-bat was a strikeout. Bounce back to the mound, and that one finds its way through. So a man aboard now with one away.
Well, clearly he was ready to hit right there. Timing on the swing was good, able to shoot the ball up the middle. Didn't square it up as much as he probably would have liked, but that's a good approach paying off.
And now the catcher comes up to him, Austin Wells. 0 for 1. He struck out swinging last time. First pitch doesn't find the zone. Pickoff throw. Volpe dives back in safely. The 1-0. And that one ripped into right. And that's a fair ball. And that rolls into the corner. Around third. Now a relay to the plate. He will score and they take the lead. It's 2-1.
Back-to-back base hits. Nice line drive to the pull side. Met it out front, but just stayed through it nice enough and ripped it into the outfield.
Alex Verdugo digs in now. Struck out swinging his first time. Swings through that one. 0-1.
He's pitching well, but not throwing a ton of first pitch strikes. Usually doesn't work out for success, but you can never predict baseball.
And he deals. And now the count is even. Ohtani, one of the best strikeout pitchers in the game, and that certainly is a benefit to him when he's in a spot like this. On its way to the corner. Betts is on the move. Can't get there. This one lands foul.
Yeah, if you're going to be in the game in high leverage situations, you've got to be able to get the swing and miss and put hitters away.
Fights that one away. Still 1-2. Wells, the runner at second with one away. Up and in. Now 2-2.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Spoils a 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
Now at 10 Ks with still a few innings left, so expected to add on to that total. And so pitchers are looking to have a strikeout per inning. I mean, that's excellent work. The way it looks now, I mean, he's going to have a better rate than that in this one. So really good stuff working on the mound in this one.
Gleyber Torres up to hit. Who's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. That one inside, and that's ball 1. And a strike to Gleyber.
Just not able to catch up to that velocity.
Next offering misses down and away. That's outside. Now 3-1.
Last couple of pitches breaking balls away. I think he's going to have to come firm inside to be able to open up that location if he wants to go back there later in this count.
So now 2 on and 2 outs.
You know, Boog, it's been said these guys are savages in the box. You can see it right there with such tight plate discipline.
So 2 on with 2 away. Juan Soto stepping in now for the Yankees. He's already homered here in this one. Swing and a tapper that rolls foul. First and second, 2 down. And we're at the top of the 5th. That one finds the zone. That's strike 2. Swing and a miss. And he's down on strikes. That ends the inning and stops things from getting out of hand.
Sometimes he wears the emotion on the sleeve, but that's okay as long as he's getting results. And right there, thrilled with the punch out to get out of a jam.
Ready to go for the last half of the inning. And up to the plate is Will Smith.
If you don't get ahead in the count, you can forget about having any success against him.
The pitch. Right through there for a strike.
Goodness, I think he just took the best pitch he's going to see in this at bat. You don't get many like that in that location. I don't know if you take that pitch against any pitcher out there on the mound.
There's the strike. Owen Chu now. Chases the fastball up the ladder, struck him out.
Really love the pitch sequence right there. I'm telling you what, pitcher and catcher are on the same page right now.
Designated hitter, Andy Pahet.
Andy Pajes steps to the plate for the Dodgers. First pitch just misses. Pajes, 23 years old, and he's usually in the outfield. Today he's the DH. The Yankees up by a run. Last half of inning number 5.
You know, Bill, people don't realize how far the jog is from the dugout to the outfield position. And if you're playing in Oakland, man, it's a country mile to get out there. So for him to be able to be the DH today.
And it stays fair. Around first, heading for 2. And the tying runs at second base with a double.
Well, that was one of those high percentage advantage counts where batting averages are just so much higher. He really shot that one down the right field line and somehow found a way to keep it from slicing foul. One thing that was great about the approach, his head was down all the way through the pitch, and that's how you do it. Now a pretty big at bat coming up with a chance to even this ball game up.
Man at second with one away. Enrique Hernandez steps to the plate for the Dodgers. First offering misses badly for ball 1. One out and a runner at second. Line to right, base hit. Into third now. So runners at the corners and one out.
Love how he let that ball travel, trusted his hands. Nice job of going the other way.
Second baseman, Gavin Lux.
Runners at the corners here, one away. And next for LA, Gavin Lux. That one in there across the letters.
Well, all eyes on the double play ball in this spot. No better way to get out of this inning.
The 0-1.
Nope, that's the ball.
Way to lay off that pitch down.
Here's a 1-1.
That's the ball.
Could be some action here on this next pitch. Couple runners on. Probably a challenge pitch coming.
Line drive, base hit. The tying run is in to score from third. It's 2-2. In there, he's safe.
He was all over that one. Other than ripping one into the gap or blasting one over the wall, there aren't a whole lot of hits that are more satisfying than a nice line drive in the center field. So that definitely felt good.
And here comes Tommy Edman. And that's off the inside edge. And that's ball 1. Two on, one out. Right side. Soto on the move. Brings it in. Runner tags from third. He'll score on the sac fly. 3-2. They take the lead.
There you go. Nice little RBI there. It's a great at bat. Got the job done.
Here's Mookie to hit. Singing, he's a guy that covers both sides of the plate about as well as anyone in the sport. How difficult is that to do?
Well, just look at the back of my bubblegum card. You'll see how hard it is. These guys are great, man. They have the ability to look out there, but also to be able to turn on the inside pitch. Those that can really sharpen things on the outer half, those are the ones that become elite.
In for a strike. 0-2. Two outs. Slow roller to third. Chisholm tosses across to first, and Betts is gone. And that is the inning. But 2 runs for him, and they jump ahead. We're through 5. It's the Dodgers 3 and the Yankees 2. Back here in L.A., now it's Aaron Judge up to the plate.
Number 99, Aaron Judge.
And a pitch.
So after scoring runs, this is where you're looking for that shutdown inning. Get that hot team back in there to swing the bats.
Oh, he doesn't get the call. Now 2-0.
The beauty of his skill set as a pitcher is the breaking his stuff doesn't go away when he's tired. I mean, his pitches always seem to have life. It just doesn't matter if it's early or late. He doesn't make it easy for the batter. Well, they call that an advantage count for a reason. You're so much more likely to get something you can handle. You'll often hear the phrase short to it, long through it, and that's a great example of it right there. Got the barrel in the hitting zone early, squared it up with the well-timed swing, and came away with a beautiful line drive in the center field.
So now the Yankees cleanup hitter, Anthony Rizzo. And that's off the inside edge, and it's 1-0. And that one fouled off. The pitch. Heading down the line. And that's a foul ball. With the go-ahead run at the plate. And we're in the top half of the 6th. Hits and misses. It's a strikeout. And here is Giancarlo Stanton.
Definitely wants to stay out of the double play here. Ball on the ground in the infield. Should be an inning-ending double play.
Way inside, gets out of the way. Judge, the runner at first with 1 gone in the inning. Fouled off. He was late. The 1-1.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Meanwhile, activity in the bullpen. Ryan Brazier looks to be getting ready for manager Dave Roberts. Kelly, a hard-throwing right-hander, up as well. Swing and a miss, and now 2-2.
Well, that's today's style of baseball right there, right? Big-time velo on the bump and big-time pop at the plate.
Swing and a miss, struck him out. Now 2 out.
Well, interesting. He's looking very comfortable out of the stretch after giving up the leadoff single. Back-to-back strikeouts, so they haven't been able to move that runner up, get him into scoring position, and try to have a better chance of scoring. I tell you, good job so far on the mound. He just needs 1 more out.
Now the third baseman, Jazz Chisholm Jr. It's interesting he plays kind of a power spot defensively, but runs pretty well. So when you're looking at that position, you're not expecting someone that has maybe above average speed, but he does. In there for a strike at the top of the zone.
And I think that skill set really upgrades the position because when you have that kind of speed, it makes the whole team that much better.
Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. Oh, the throw is wild.
That ball was drilled 106 off the bat, and that's the kind of feedback that tells you you're right where you want to be with your swing mechanics.
So first and second with 2 outs. And next for New York, Anthony Volpe. Foul back our way, and that's out of play. Two on, 2 outs. Late that time, and it's strike 2.
Man, that's just a nasty splitter. Bottom falls out of it. You don't see a lot of guys throw that these days, but I tell you what, he's got a good one.
The shortstop takes the ball.
Well, he's so great about hitting the ball the other way. He gets those arms extended. So right there,
some high cheese for strike 3.
A lot of adrenaline, we can see it right there, and sometimes you just got to let it out. That's an outstanding job of taking that, executing, and getting out of a tough inning.
And we're back. Bottom of the inning. Freddie Freeman up to the dish.
First baseman, Freddie Freeman.
Cole back to work. Close one, doesn't get the call. Ball 1. That one ripped. And Freeman is retired. And a quick out, number 1.
Man, that's one of those at-bats where you have to remind yourself it's about the process. He did everything right there. Nothing to show for it. But in your mind, you have to convince yourself that it was a very good at-bat.
Hot shot to third. Throw on to Rizzo. And Hernandez is out.
The third baseman, number 13, Max Muncy.
2 outs, base is empty. Here comes Max Muncy. Swing and a foul straight back. On the ground to Jazz. In plenty of time to first. They get the out on Muncy. 3 up, 3 down, inning over. Offense held in check there. 7th inning coming up. It's the Dodgers 3 and the Yankees 2. Welcome back. We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher on the mound, Ryan Brazier.
These are the spots relievers really make a name for themselves. Late and close.
57.
There's not much margin for error, but at the same time, there's a reason they're put in these situations.
And here it comes. Wells in the box now. Takes strike 1.
Well, that's really the money spot. Down and away. If you can locate that consistently, it's going to be real tough for hitters to square that up. That's what you love to see relievers do coming out of that bullpen.
Looking to get the tying run on base. And that one fouled off. And the pitch. That's a little bit low.
1 ball, 2 strikes, count.
At the belt and fires. And that's outside. And the count is even, 2-2. Kicks and deals. It's through for a hit. And that puts the tying run on base. A perfect example right there. That plate discipline, it pays off.
The deeper he gets into a count, the more comfortable he becomes, and he usually wins the battle.
Alex Verdugo stepping in now for the Yankees. On a line. Brings it in. And there's one away. With a single base runner, because of all the power, they are dangerous to tie this thing up or take the lead. Here's Gleyber Torres. That misses the zone. 1-0.
Counts 1-0.
Trying to hold a one-run lead here in the top half of inning number 7. Pitch misses inside. 2-0. Right-handed reliever. And that's in for a strike.
Nasty 2-0 slider there for a strike. That tells you he's got a lot of confidence in that pitch.
Fought off foul. Swing and a miss. That's a strikeout. Slider got him for strike 3.
Well, that right there is just a pitcher's pitch. Tailing away from the hitter, lowing away with some good action at the end. You know, even if he gets the bat to that ball, it's probably just a weak ground ball to the opposite side. Tell you what, that's a tremendous 2-strike pitch.
Here's Juan Soto. He's already homered in this game. 0-1.
Typically, the outfield defense will play a little bit deeper just to keep the ball in front, make sure that runner on first doesn't come all the way around to score and tie this ball game up.
Wells off of first with 2 away. Foul ball there. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again.
Flew open a little bit with that front shoulder, but was able to slow his bat down just enough to make contact with that pitch. Keep the at-bat alive.
Oh.
That misses the zone, and a count 1-2. And another ball.
2 strikes.
Swing and a miss, and that is that. 1 hit, 1 left. Midway in inning number 7, and it's time to stretch. It's the Dodgers 3 and the Yankees 2. We're back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the 7th. Mark Leiter Jr.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
Junior.
Here's the catcher, Will Smith, 1 for 2.
The catcher, Will Smith.
Here comes a pitch. And there's a strike. Movement in the bullpen. Tommy Kahnle, the hard-throwing righty, is up and loosening. The wide to kick the pitch. And a swing and a miss there.
0-2.
Struck him out swinging. Had him way out front of the slurve.
Well, clearly just anxious right there, and understandably so. In an 0-2 count, you feel like you've got a lot of plate to cover, and you don't want to strike out, and you end up striking out. That's just one of those pitches where it's not over the plate, but because you committed to it as it was leaving his hand, by the time you realized it wasn't going to be in the zone, it's too late to hold up your swing.
That's out.
Paz in the box with 1 away as he takes ball 1. Got it started a little too early. Strike 1. Righty delivers. Bounce to the left side. Jazz tosses to first. 2 up, 2 down.
The center fielder, number 8, Kike.
2 outs, base is empty. Here's Kike Hernandez. And first offering is fouled off. 2 down, nobody on. And that one wrapped foul. Two down, nobody on. Here at the bottom of the 7th. Now he breaks his bat. Throw on to Rizzo, and it's a 1-2-3 inning. Nothing across here this half. 8th inning coming up. It's the Dodgers 3 and the Yankees 2. Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. Michael Kopech.
Well, the best relievers love the opportunity to come in and protect the tight lead late in the ball game. Some of them are just wired different, so we'll see what he's got here.
Yeah, the hard-throwing righty trying to secure these outs against a potent Yankee lineup, but it starts with Aaron Judge. Outside, ball 1. The Dodgers bullpen with some action. Blake Trinan, the closer, is getting ready and perhaps looking at a long save opportunity here. Phillips getting loose as well. Next offering way upstairs. And Judge takes a strike. Swing and a line drive slicing into right field. Playable Betts makes the grab, and there's one away.
Man, that's so frustrating. You hit the ball hard. You understand the situation. You want to get on base and try to score that tying run, but no reward right there, and just going to have to sit on it.
And that one fouled off. Holding on to a 1-run lead, and we're at the top of the 8th. That one misses, and the count even 1-1. This one in the air right field, and that will fall. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
Always feels amazing getting a job done when the team needs you to come through. It's just bigger than your own individual stats. Hooked around that pitch on the outside, but he was still able to square it up pretty nicely, and that takes quick, strong wrist to pull that off.
So a change being made at first base. On to pinch run, Jason Dominguez. One down, runner at first. Now up as the Yankees DH, Giancarlo Stanton.
If you're a base runner, you got to stay dialed in here. Look for anything in the dirt. Try your best to get in the scoring position.
One ball,
and that
one
one
strike.
gets past the catcher. Dominguez into scoring position on the wild pitch, and there goes the double play possibility.
You know, sometimes it takes a reliever a little time to get comfortable with the mound out there, especially when they come in trying to be nasty with every pitch they throw. Not exactly what they were looking for when they called him in, though. We'll see if he can settle down.
Wouldn't chase that time. So the tying run at second. Ripped to short. Edmonds slings to first. And they take care of Stanton for the out.
That's a huge defensive play in the late stages of the game. It might not be the most challenging we've seen today, but it needed to be made. That's helping your team.
Here's the third baseman, Jazz Chisholm Jr. 1 for 3. Swing and a ground ball out to short. On the run, sent it over to first. And that is that. The Yanks lead 1. They trail it 3-2. Back now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the 8th. Tommy Kahnle
gets an opportunity to square off against his former team, so I wouldn't be surprised if he came out a little extra jacked up right here.
Now into the game,
for the
DJ
Yankees.
LeMahieu.
Now
He takes
playing
over
first
as the
base.
new first baseman.
Number 26, DJ.
Well, one-run
LeMahieu.
game. Now it's the
Leading
second
off
baseman,
for the Dodgers.
Gavin Lux.
The second baseman, Gavin Lux.
And a pitch. And a strike in there. Canely, in his 9th season, he features a changeup, a four-seamer, a slider, and he works in a sinker. Up the middle. Fires to first on the run. One up, one down.
Just an outstanding play going up the middle right there. And the exchange to get the throw off to first just shows you why he's one of the best shortstops around. So smooth, yet so quick at the same time. And any slower, and those wheels burning down the first baseline are going to turn that into an infield hit.
Now the batter down, Tommy Edman. Top of the zone, and it's called a strike. There's a strike. Action in the pen down there. Tim Hill appears to be getting loose. The pitch. Misses just off the outside edge. I think that was a strike.
Caught a break right there. Pretty good pitch on the outside corner.
One down, base is empty. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
Well, that's always the key to effective pitching, is getting ahead in the count. And as a pitcher, it really allows you to start expanding the zone. Hitters become defensive, and all of a sudden that plate starts to get really wide. And what happens is, because of the pressure, you end up committing to a pitch as a batter before you recognize what it is, and that's what leads to the strikeout.
Betts in now. Takes ball one off the plate. Inside, just missed. Two down, nobody on. Here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. Now one miss. Freddie Freeman in the on-deck circle. And the right-hander deals, and that's ball 4.
One of the things about that 2-out walk, the base runner over at first base is going to have a very aggressive secondary lead. So all down the line or into the gap will produce a 2-out RBI, and those are the best. That is, if you are the offensive side of it.
That one in the dirt, and that is ball 1.
Maybe losing command a little bit after the walk. Next pitch, not even close.
Ripped to third. And that is that. One left for L.A., but they still lead at 3-2. We're back. It's the top of the 9th, and there's a new pitcher on the mound, Blake Trinan. He has a great slider with tons of movement. Anthony Volpe stepping in now for the Yankees.
Anthony Volpe.
And a pitch. And fouled off. The 0-1. Swing and a pop-up in foul ground. Drifts towards it. Squeezes it. And there's one down.
That was a good hard fastball with some nice ride up in the zone right there. Hitter looked like he was on it, but I think that velocity at the end just beat him. Instead of a line drive or something hit deep, it's a pop-up and an easy out for the defense.
well. Swings through it for strike one.
This guy's got such a good sinker. As a hitter, you've got to look up in the zone. If you look down, you're going to be chasing stuff in the dirt.
Flips the corner, and the count is 0-2. The pitch. In the air, right side. Betts on the move. He's got it. And there's 2 away.
The left fielder, number 24, Alex.
So they're down to their final out. Here's the left fielder, Alex Verdugo. And the first pitch misses for ball 1. That one missing inside. Crowd locked in right now. 1-run game here in the 9th. There's a strike. Here's a 2-1. Pounding ball here, rolls foul. The Yanks down to their final strike.
Well, pretty clear to me. He's trying to go deep right there, but you got to get a pitch that you can handle.
Ground ball to short, and this ought to do it. Throw to first, ball game. And the Dodgers hold on to win a tight one as this one ends as a 1-run ball game.
Great pitcher's duel in this one. You get to a certain point where each pitcher is trying to outdo the other, go a little bit deeper into the ball game. And for these pitchers, it really came down to a few key at-bats. This was a fun one to watch.
Is our final line score this afternoon. For the victorious Dodgers, 3 runs, 5 hits, no errors. They left 3 runners on base. For the Yankees, 2 runs on 8 hits, no errors. They left 7 runners on base. Time of the ball game, 2 hours and 45 minutes. Our paid attendance this afternoon, a sellout, 56,000. The Dodgers thank you for attending today's game. And as you leave Dodger Stadium, we remind you to please drive home safely.